How do you make money online? Be a creator. I've been talking, massive action. I'm down with the Grant Cardone 10 times X action. Do more, put more, create more. None of this old school paradigm. Well, what we're going to do is make one product a year. Craziness, this madness that goes on that is my internet life. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, I've been talking about this for the last 3 years. There are many people who feel that they can only do a certain thing. And because of their limitations, they want me to be as limited. Well, Glendon makes too many courses. Glendon makes too many videos. I'm sorry if your low expectation having ass can't keep up. That's not my problem. I refuse to adopt it. I can't say I divorced myself from the concept because I was never married to the concept. On a test the market? No. Test. Create, fucking create. None of this old school bullshit. That's why a lot of you, especially this nameless coward that likes to go around and continue to say things because he is incompetent. He can't do what I do. And that creates, unbeknownst to me when I started this, that creates a certain kind of energy because Owen talked about in one of his videos that when you're doing certain things and you're being different, people feel left behind. And they only really psychologically know where it is. But back to creating, back to moving forward and how to make money online. Let me give you my timeline and my journey of the things that I did that helped me get here. I started selling stuff online 2000, part-time here and there. Then later in 2000, just went crazy with it because as I talk about the deal I made with the furniture company, with the company I was selling their furniture, I sold a lot of that stuff online. I utilized Craigslist. So I've been doing this for a while. Now, this is the thing. If you want to make money online, because someone put it in the comment that, what you're talking about when creating IP, intellectual property, that it will disappear quickly. How many damn items have you been selling on eBay then when the masses knew the margin completely disappeared? Everything changes. Everything is a challenge. Everything changes. Now, one of the big problems with people who are unable to move past this paradigm of only doing one thing is tribalism. I heard someone who also claimed that he would never ever sell information, yet recently found out today he has a video talking about how free information is harming the business. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. So there's a lot, and this is one of the things with tribalism. Like if you're a reseller and you say these words, I'll always be a reseller, I'll never move on. You have essentially locked yourself into something that maybe you didn't have to. That's why I've never put out this, like, I'm only going to be a reseller. I never said that in my life. I thought that would be my life. I thought that would pan out that way, but it didn't. You have to leave yourself open to opportunity and leave yourself open to doing more with your life. Going back to Gary Vee's video, there are many people who reach my age who feel like, fuck it, I'm done. This is all I'm gonna do. I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be playing golf. I'm supposed to be retired. Well, no, not retired, but close to it. Or I have vigorously rejected all those notions. I just said, fuck it. I'm not on Twitter that much, but I know about Twitter. I'm not on Snapchat at all, but I know about Snapchat. I know about Vine. I know about, I'm on Tumblr. I'm on, like I said, I've got an Instagram account. I need to trick out some more. There are many people who come to that stuff who really don't understand the power of it because they're rooted in tribalism. This isn't for me. This is for the young folks. I have never, ever in my life ever said that this is the young folks game, because I heard someone say this about YouTube. YouTube is for young folks. I'm like, whoa. See that tribalism and that nepotism, well, not nepotism, that pessimistic attitude of it's so hard. I can't do it. I'm too old. I'm a woman. I'm this, I'm that. I'm black. I'm too short. All of this stuff are prisons that you put yourself in mentally. Those are your prisons and you have the key, but many people have thrown the key away and said, hey, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going to be. This is my thing. This is my shit. And it's sad. It's really, really sad. But all right. But to get into it, how to make money online, the best way that I know, and one of the things that I talk about, is to be a creator of content, a creator of courses, a creator of videos, a creator of ebooks, a creator of audiobooks, a creator of online courses. Everything I said is something that I have done or currently doing or will do again. And it makes money. It makes money because I explained it last night, and I'm going to even go deeper. If you love reselling, and I'm going to keep talking about it because my name keeps coming up in these circles, even though I feel like the tractor beams on my ass. I'm trying to like go away from the black hole, but it's like, we're bringing your ass back. And I'm going to address this stuff. All right. I'm not a reseller. Don't want to be a reseller because for where I sit, for me, it's not the best way to go. Now, I understand many of you have never had any creative wins. My first book, as fucked up as it was a big creative win. It allowed me to live for 2.5 years without having to do anything else. Now, some people have never had that experience. For some people, that's like a fantasy. So I get that. But how are you ever going to experience that when you don't do it or even try, or you stay rooted in this stupid elemental bullshit? Because, like I said, yesterday I watched a bunch of videos, saw people coming back. Okay, if you do a demographic, well, not even if you do a category search of what's popular on YouTube, resale ain't even in the top 100. It's not. If you look at a lot of the guys who have channels, and there's some people who have great channels. Let's take Will, Terminal 99. Great channel, tons of information, been on for years. He just doesn't have that many views because most folks do not want to do the hard work of being a reseller. It's some hard ass work that you may not make a lot of money. If you buy wrong, all that hard work doesn't matter because the marketplace is like, we're only going to give you X, Y, and Z for this. But when you look at it, and one of the reasons that my channel has grown is because I talked about something else. At first it dipped down because people are like, yo, Glendon, I want that resale shit. What you talking about, this creator and this life of intent and design and this philosophy? Fuck that. I just want this resale shit because that's all my stupid ass can do. I can't think any higher than that. So you know what? I'm going to shame you and I'm going to talk about you because you are fucking making my brain hurt because I know I'm stupid, but now everyone else knows I'm stupid. Yeah, I said that because that's what it is. There are some great people in the resale community, some brilliant people in the resale community who don't have time to make all these bullshit videos because they're out there making money. And a lot of folks, because like I said, I saw this because I've been out of this for a while. I just said, fuck it. I ignored it. A lot of folks who are the instigators of angst bullshit are catching a lot of hate, and they planted those seeds, and now that the hate tree has grown up and all that rotten fruit is falling on their heads, they're like, hey, I don't want this. I want to be a hater. I don't want to be hated upon. And the shit cracks me up. Because this is the thing. Whenever the fuckery starts, because right now we're in the season of fuckery. My name's being put here and there. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this video. It will pass because I call it the principle of elevated thinking. And that's something that's going to be in Disruptive Ronin. When this shit goes on, it's like, okay, the level of thinking, and this goes into the creative mindset that is keeping this bullshit going on, is a very basic level of thought. It's a very primal, it's jealousy, it's anger, it's hate. It's very, very fucking primal. The hindbrain is in charge. It's just like, I own this shit. So what can happen, and this is something I learned, is if you engage in that bullshit versus higher elevated thought, then you in turn will reduce your brain cells, reduce your opportunities, and reduce your money. One person who got involved in that almost went bankrupt because there was too much energy invested in bullshit. Now, this is the creative mindset. How do you solve these problems? Because when I was watching the videos and I was like, well, you know what? You go ahead and talk about, see, because I don't really talk about, quote, the benefits of being a creator. I just like, it's good money, but I don't really talk about the benefits. And see, the hindbrain, when the hindbrain is exposed, you cannot come to the hindbrain with logic. No. Hindbrain and logic. Hindbrain like, me like, me don't like, me hate, me love. That's the hindbrain. Real simple, real primal shit. So when you're coming at with an elevated concept that requires the forebrain and the hindbrain's in charge, it's just a knuckle dragging showdown. And you're not going to penetrate the hindbrain with logic. But the hindbrain likes good, bad, feel good, not feel good. I feel good, I not feel good. So what are some of the benefits of being a creator once you're successful? Because there's an arc, there's a trajectory of stuff you got to do where you're not going to make any money while you're reiterating, creating, building stuff, putting stuff out together. It's not going to happen. It's just not. One of the benefits that I find is, someone's like, when are you going to start traveling? Okay. Unbeknownst to many people, I was in the military. And I got exposed to this guy named Mandy Aguilera. Mandy exposed me to travel. So I got to go to Korea, live in Japan, live in Hawaii, UK. There was about 5 or 6 big military trips. And then Mandy and I would just like, there was Hickam Air Base and there was Wheeler Air Base. If I don't know if it's still how it used to work, but if you show up in your Class A's, you could take a hop. Now your ass could get booted, but you could take a hop. So we did that shit and we had all these wonderful experiences. So I don't have that travel thirst that so many people who've never been anywhere who don't have I don't have it. Seriously, I've been to other countries. I will go to other countries again, but it's more like 1 or 2 trips a year. I'm good. I don't really need, like I said, when I was 20, from my late teens to early 20s, I was doing that stuff, traveling, meeting different people, mingling with other cultures. I don't have that need or that thirst to do it now. Now, if travel's your thing and you love it and you like living out of a suitcase, knock yourself out. But for me, my freedom to wake up and do what the hell I want to do most days, that is the biggest benefit. I've mentioned this before. I got a car issue, right? There's something going on with the transmission. And I debate on, what am I going to do? Now, and it's been like this for a while because it's depending on which shop I go to, it's going to either be $3,600 or $4,200 to get the transmission rebuilt and put back in. I have been debating this for like 3 months. Now, why have I been debating this for 3 months? I don't need a car to do what I need to do. I can walk to the grocery store if I wanted to, but I don't. Like I said, I can, car is good enough to get me to the gym and the grocery store and do all this other stuff that I need to do. I don't need a car. There was a point in my life. And also, I'll even get a little deeper. I'm thinking about slamming it. It's a 740. I'm thinking about rebuilding the transmission, slamming it, put some nice rims on it, repaint it. I'm thinking about turning it into a project car. That's kind of like where I'm at because I'm debating, like, do I sell it? Because I can sell it and get good coin. I have the luxury to have this conversation because as a creator, I don't need a car. Once in my life, I had a car, a Stanza. It was actually my first car. I had to repossess it from somebody. Long story. I might talk about it one day, but not today. The fuel gauge of that car wouldn't work. It was guesstimation on how much gas you had, because sometimes it would act like it was full and it wasn't full because something was wrong with it. I remember critical junctures in my life where if I had the situation I currently have, I would have been forced to go get that sucker fixed. See, once you become a creator and start making money online as a creator, you remove certain things from your life. There are many people, because I'll probably always have a car. I'll probably always have a car because I like driving. But there are many people who absolutely hate driving. So being an online creator, it puts me in a position where I don't have to go to my job. My commute is from the bedroom downstairs to the office. That's my commute. It's a very short commute. No pollution. So that's one of the benefits of being a creator. Now, what's another benefit? Now, this is an intrinsic benefit of creating a product or service or software or something that helps people. That's a huge benefit. As a reseller, you help people. If I remember this guy, he had a company, he had 13 employees, he laid off 10. There's only 3 of them. And he came in and bought this bunk bed set with these pissy mattresses for $78 for his kids, because that's all he could afford. It was a sad moment, but it was like, there was a lot of times I gave shit away. I would literally go through the inventory, and because we had little dots on stuff. So if it had a green dot, it was green dot, red dot, blue dot. So we would know how long stuff was there. And if it had a dot on it, well, it would just go over to the sales section. If it didn't sell, then eventually, if we had better product that came in, we just give it away. I remember one Saturday, I had loaded up one of the docks. There was bedroom sets, there was tape, there was all kinds of stuff. I just took pictures of it, put it on Craigslist free. People were coming from 50, 60, 70 miles away to get that free shit. This one couple, and there was this little dude and this girl, and they came in a truck. She was pregnant, and he called me. He's like, I'm on my way. Don't sell it. Don't give it away. I mean, it was this, to me, it was a ratty ass bedroom set. To them, it was new furniture. So that, there was certain feelings that came with that. But you can't give a lot of, literally just bam, here, have it. It's yours. No charge, no store. No, just get the stuff out my warehouse so I can unload those other 2 trucks with the good shit. So there was that benefit. But as a creator, you have the confidence and I don't even know how to put a word on it, that no matter what, once you get over on, let's just be really, really clear. Once you have success as a creator, once you have one success, then you have another one. Because I would say I've had about 5. The first book, then some courses. I've had 5 successes as an online creator. Or count the YouTube channel, maybe 7, maybe 10, if I look at the thing objectively. So I'm real comfortable with being uncertain, with putting out a product. And once again, I don't care if it fails. I look at that as feedback. It's like, okay, that didn't work. Maybe the artwork sucked, the title sucked, the audience was too fucking broad. These are the problems you have as a creator once you get past an initial hump. And then you have this freedom. And another benefit to being a creator is when you meet someone brand new and you say, look, I've created this online course and I have this school. Wow, you're doing that? Now, that's something that kind of caught me by surprise, because I get more of that than I did from the book. And then once you I've written the book, I've had these online courses. When you get that kind of people wow, people want to talk to you. They just want to, you become very, very fucking interesting by being a creator. Very, very fucking interesting. So now let's jump into the how, the mechanics. I mentioned earlier, maybe because I was doing something else, I'll start from the beginning. If I repeat myself, that's good, because you'll get it again and again. First thing is, you have to believe that you can do it. That's one of the hardest bricks to pick up. It is hard as hell to pick that up, because when you are in the mindset And I've talked about this, and this is tribalism. This is some stuff that I experienced because I am the only one in my family on both sides who does this. I'm it. So you have this tribalism. You got to go out and get a job. That is the Cameron Willingham Strode. That's, even though my grandfather owned the barbershop, that kind of got lost. But that's the template. That's the thing. And if you ain't doing that, you're doing it wrong. Except my Aunt Bunny. She's 97 years old. She appreciates it. She's really, really sharp. She's really sharp because when I told her, she's like, oh my goodness. Wow. So when you are dealing with that, that's the hardest thing. And I can't help you cross that because I get people who are just like, well, how do you? It's like, fuck the family and do what you're going to do. That's too harsh. I was like, you can't need their approval and then validate yourself. You must validate yourself or seek their approval. You can't do both. And once you validate yourself, that's another freedom. That's almost another dimension of life. So that's the first step. You got to believe you can do it. Number two, you have to realize you will fail. You will put some out and people are like, I don't like it. Or you may put some out and it'll be just gangbusters. It'll be over the top crazy. It'll be awesome. You put that out there. So there's that potential to do that, to create big things, great things. It's there. And then another thing that is permissible is time. Now, I'm going to say it's a little different because with all of the online resources, there's so much help with how to write a book, how to create videos, how to create online courses, there's so much help and collaboration. Even if you're broke, there's no excuse. I'll give you one. Go to Pat Flynn's Smart Passive Income. Go to the podcast and just start listening. Pat Flynn was doing this podcast with Lewis Howes, and they were talking about webinars. And they laid out step by fucking step what you need to do. So I did it, and I didn't get the results. So I went back to the podcast and I listened again. Now I went to run ahead and try it again. Got better results, went back, and I realized that I missed 2 steps. So when I got all the steps together, I made $7,000 in a week from a free podcast. Now, this is what's really interesting about that I just told you where it is. I just told you we'll give you step by step, and I just told you it's for free, and 99.8% of you are fucking not going to do it. Not going to do it. Because, see, it's not the price tag. It's the effort tag. It's the cost of effort, your time, your attention, that and your emotions, the investment of your hopes and dreams into it. That's the big cost that you don't want to pay. It's not money. It's not money. That's what the thing is. That's what the problem is. And I'll tell you another one. If you go to Marie Folio, tons of information. Go to her videos, answer questions and stuff. You go to Pat Flynn's blog. You got Lewis Howes stuff. Even Ramit Sethi has a bunch of information out there will help you rock out. Now, the thing is, one of the things about success, and it's going to be really hard for many people to grasp because of the resell, it clouds your mind because you know that if you get that one great buy, you can have a great day, great month, great year, or a lifetime if you really get a good buy. That it's kind of like, you know what? I know this, like being a successful reseller is like being a successful stripper. Once a woman has successfully stripped and made more money in one night than she would make with any of her other skills in a week, it's hard to let that shit go. It's hard to let that shit go, even though I don't know. Are there millionaire strippers? I don't know. I don't engage or indulge in the pastime, so I don't know. I would assume a lot of them make 60 to 100,000 a year, working, less than 40 hours a week. But see, there's a shelf life on that. So this is the thing that you're just like strippers, just you're not missing. There's a shelf life because see, Redneck Picker put this out years ago. He's got a video called "The Others Are Coming," and yesterday I was not yesterday, but I was watching the news and I saw that people were abandoning animals all over the place. They were saying that there's so many that are abandoned, but the number has gone up. And also crime has gone up, and people are invading nicer neighborhoods with larceny. Like there was this new special where these criminals were taking people's tires, all of them, tires and rims, and leaving their cars up on blocks. And the crime rate's going up. People are abandoning animals. How much money does it cost to feed a dog? I mean, what, maybe $300-400 a year? I don't have a dog. I don't know. You're seeing signs that the economy is not good. So as you're being a reseller and all this information is out there, many more people are coming because they have to. The economy is not as good as you think for many people. There are certain people that can go out, quit their job today, and before the day is over, have another job because they got those kind of skill sets. That ain't you, boo. That ain't you. So by avoiding that, when the others come, because they're coming, because they have to. And this is something else. And this is, I said probably in 10 years, you're not going to be able to find all these awesome deals in thrift stores. And this is why thrift stores operate on the concept of abundance. I know people will die, they'll get rid of the stuff, they'll donate it. That's going to happen. But see, this is something else. Read another article that student loans has forced like the Walton situations where you have 2 and 3 generations of families under the same roof because nobody can afford to live alone anymore because of student loan debt. This one couple has $1,700 a month student loan debt, and they still got another 10 years to go. So you got less jobs, more crime, high student loan rate. You have all these things that are happening that are creating this mess that I see that's going to impact a lot of people. There are many people with student loans who are going to have to create a side hustle to live. Or and the thing is, it ain't even about messing up your credit. See, student loans don't just mess up your credit, they can mess up your life because you default on those bad boys. They can come take your job. They can take your check. They can repossess your car. Yes, they can. And if your mother and father co-sign on your student loans, they are garnishing senior citizens' Social Security checks for student loans. Don't believe me? Look it up. This is real. This is happening. So you have all of these ingredients for this really wicked recipe that if you don't start doing something real different today, there's a very good chance next year or 5 years, because I expect this thing to happen in the next 5 years. It's already happening. It's become the new norm that many people don't talk about it, that you are going to be behind the 8 ball. You're going to be behind the 8 ball. So that's how you make money online, by becoming the creator, getting over yourself. Stop looking at something new as being so impossible, so incomprehensible, because like many folks here, I was a storage auction dude. I was happy with it, was making great money, enjoying myself, getting good units. Stuff was like Christmas Day, looking at all this stuff. Then I got put in a position where I had to reevaluate my life. Had some health issues, was laid up in the hospital. And I was like, I can't be a resale dude when I'm sick. And honestly, it scared the shit out of me. I don't know if you've ever been sick. And one asshole made fun of me being in the hospital. And I looked at that, and unfortunately, he's catching all that hate because he planted them hate seeds. Every time the motherfucker puts up a video, hundreds of dislikes, hundreds. And it's just like, but that's just funny. But when you're in that position where you have to confront your own mortality and you have to look at it, it's like, okay, clearly I cannot work this hard the rest of my life doing resale. Can't do it. No, can't do it. So what can I do? So I sat there, and that's why I made the decision to start, for the third time to write a book. It worked out. And then to create and to build. But if you do not at some point wake up and try to do that thing that scares you, at the end of your life, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. You're going to simply regret it. It's going to be horrible. You're going to have some very dark and lugubrious days in your later years in life, because it's out here. It's out here. You can make money. You can do these things, and you don't have to be locked into just one thing, because honestly, because of the information, because of the books, because of the template, yeah, you can get in the resell and do that stuff. But during I was watching the videos, a lot of people are still failing with all of that stuff out there. They're still failing. They're not making money. They're not being able to successfully flip stuff on Craigslist. They're getting their FBA account suspended. Even with all of this information out here, with all of these groups, these tribes that are predicated for those singular disciplines, people are still failing because resale is fucking hard done right. If you're saying resale's easy and you call it easy money, I think you're full of shit. I did it for too long. But going back to being a creator, and this is some stuff that's going to happen. I'm going to do how to develop an online course. I'll do that course probably 2016, maybe this year. I don't know. There's other things on the map. And this Thursday, I'm dropping a very short hustle course, a $25 hustle, as a response to what I watched. I watched a bunch of videos from resellers, and nobody talked about this. Nobody. And am I going to tell you what to buy? No. I'm going to give you a process that will make your business better and teach you how to grow it. It's real simple. This is what I used on Craigslist. Simple process. And nobody talks about it, because what they do is hop from ideal to concept. There's no business plan. There's no vision. There's no creativity. I mean, seriously, right now on Craigslist, and I'm going to, just to prove a point, I want you to go to Craigslist right now, or when you watch this video, go to the auto section and go back, say 3-4 weeks, and email everybody that has a car listed. And I'm guarantee you, 70% of those folks will still have those cars. Because the thing is, because it's not relisted, because this is a trick I learned. This works on cars, a lot of stuff. Just find a section of Craigslist, go back 3-4 weeks, hit everybody up. I mean, send out, massive emails, 50, 60, 70, 80 emails. Do you still have this? And then you start hitting them at the ankles. I know you asking 300, would you take 150? Essentially, there's some confusion about my consulting services, and I thought I would make a short video to give you an idea of what's going on. Business consulting, business coaching, what I can do for you and you and you and you. Because many people are coming in and they have some expectations that I messed up and put those expectations in your head. So I'm going to reach in your head and rattle it around and pull them out and just throw them away like they're gone. Number one, not doing any eBay consulting. I don't know. People keep saying, hey, I hate fucking eBay, okay? I fucking hate eBay. eBay. Why would I consult? Why would I even? No, it makes no sense. Amazon consulting. No, I don't do Amazon consulting. There's tons of people who do eBay coaching, Amazon coaching. I'm not one of them. I'm the guy that believes in having your own website. I'm the guy that believes in creating and using internet assets to build your stuff, not using someone else's, because I think even in the beginning, they're very good and they make you money, but at some point, they bite you in the ass. So at some point, if you're going to do this thing, you must have your own internet properties. At some point, you have to have it. So why not do that first? And if you still feel the urge, that little scratch to go do the third-party platform, do it. But work on your own stuff. So just get that clear. I don't fuck with eBay. I don't mess around with Amazon. And what do? I am a strategist. I am a growth person. I do business development. Strategy, why are we doing what we're doing? And create a roadmap to get you from point A to point B. Because many people are so in their business that they can't see their business. It's like, I can't see the inside of this shirt because I got it on. It's kind of like where many of you are with your business. You're so invested in it and you're so close to it, you can't see it because you're in it. So with me, I'm like, okay, that's going on, hold on, oh yeah, you got that going on in there too. So that's where the strategy comes from, because many small business owners have me syndrome. I can figure it out. I'm the smartest person. No, you can't figure it out. If I didn't come across Earl Nightingale's Lead the Field, Tony Robbins, Tommy Hopkins, there were so many mentors that I picked up along the way because I couldn't figure it out. And there were many of you who's like, I'm going to figure it out. And what you're going to run into is an information ceiling. The information that you have is only going to get you here. And that's it. You're not going any further. You're not building any further because it's just you. I want you to think about something. And I've said this and no one has mentioned it in the comments since I've been doing YouTube. I started in the storage auction business with a partner from day one. It was never just me. There's always been additional elements to my business success. I had a partner. I had a very good partner who was an accountant. Okay, let's talk about that. So the business was properly structured, account set up, banking from day one. That's one of the reasons that I was able to beat the Clampetts and these other people, because we had proper business protocols from day one. It makes a huge difference, which means if you're just thinking you can do it by yourself, and there's some of you who are brilliant and you'll get it done by yourself, but the truth of the matter is most of you will not. That's reality. Not hating, just stating. So growth. You got a business that's going on, but there's this disconnect between the internet and certain people. Because I've said this before, you'll see someone, they're doing really great out there in the real world, but they can't really get it on the internet because the internet is a separate business, as I talked about in another video. Actually, that video is in Hustle University. Sorry about that. It's a different animal. It's different. It's like different section of the matrix with its own rules and regulations. So seriously, if you have a physical business and you have an internet business, you have two businesses. You don't have one. You have two. And if you treat them as two distinct businesses, you're going to get more traction. So business development. What are we going to do? What can we do? There's many times you want to start a business, and once you start getting feedback from the world, it will lead you to start another business or another service or another product. Many people get scared and they be like, I'm going to do what I want to do because it's a dream. Versus taking the feedback, they ignore it, and they crash, and they just go boom. So I'm the guy that's like your guide, your shogun. I just show you the way. I can help you build up so many things. Now, this is something you really need to do before you contact me, because many people, and that's why I'm doing this video, ask yourself, what kind of life do you want? Now, this is going to sound offensive, but if you are more concerned with creating some business processes to get some money and forget the whole lifestyle planning, I don't want to work with you. And this is why. Because you'll build up that business, and because you neglected the lifestyle planning, you're going to end up in the same place you were today emotionally. Even your business might be humming along, you might be making money, and just to put a dark moment on that, sometimes when people are fantastically wealthy from a fiscal standpoint, but their soul has poverty, their spirit is bankrupt, sometimes these people kill themselves with millions of dollars in the bank. Just to let you know, that shit doesn't mean anything when your total life isn't together. So if you don't want to work on the lifestyle planning, because that's something I require, like, what kind of life do you want? How do you want to live? What kind of hours you work? And people are like, well, I don't want that. I just want, give me the stuff to make some money and then shut the fuck up and get on. I don't want to work with you. If that's your thing, there's plenty of people out there. There's plenty of business consultants. Go find one, because I'm going to put you through that process. And it's a good process because I put myself through the process, and that's the reason I don't have to deal with traffic. That's the reason I get to work at home. That's the reason in the middle of the day I go work out in the gym, because I don't have to deal with certain things because it was all part of a plan, a lifestyle plan. I don't want to drive. I don't want to commute. So I created a business to serve those needs. Now, why is that important? Brings your stress level from. I get in traffic, I don't get road rage because I'm not exposed to that. I'm not exposed to that all the time. So that's very, very important. Less stress, less wear and tear on your spirit and body. You can't replace this. It renews itself, but the less stress you put on it, and it's good, there's good stress and there's bad stress, but the less bad stress you put on it, the longer, the healthier you are. To me, that's incredibly important. Maybe not to you, but to me, it's incredibly important. So, lifestyle planning. So, another part of this is, where do you want to go? What kind of business? I mean, where do you want to go? What are you doing? Do you want to save well? I mean, what? What is your thing? What do you want to do? Because there are many people who's just like what I call a get money hustler. I just want to make some money because I have an immediate financial need and I need to solve that problem. Now, I don't want to work with you. Number one, you're broke. Just straight up, you're broke. You don't have any money to pay me, and you will work the shit out of me with no money. I did it a few times just to be charitable, and it was one of the worst experiences because when you are not only fiscally broke, your spirit may be broke. Money comes and goes, but it's hard to fix a broken spirit. It may never be fixed. I don't have those kind of powers, so you need to come to me with some kind of intact stuff, some things that you're working on. So I can't do that. I just can't do that. It is just crazy. Now, how much money do you want to make? I ask people this all the time, and I get the the outlook is the standard answer is as much as possible. That's a bullshit answer. It's very hard to quantify as much as possible. It gets you nowhere. You know, today $30 will be as much as possible, and then your mind's like, okay, that's as much as possible, and then that's where you are. You need to have a number. You gotta have a number. The number helps you tremendously. It forces you to focus. Forces you to look at things from a critical standpoint. Just, I want to make as much money as possible. Oh, I just hope to be happy. Oh, I hope to eat. Oh, I hope to have gas in my car. You go nowhere with that. Nowhere. So, nowhere you're going, have a number, and we'll just start from there. And also, let's talk about the process. It takes me time to figure out who you are, where you want to be. And that's part of the process because a lot of people email me and they want to talk, and I'll see the email and I can just tell from that first email that this is a 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 20-hour deal. If your life is fucked up and it's been fucked up for a while, it's not going to become unfucked in an hour. It's not happening. So you got to invest in yourself. If you don't want to invest in yourself, that's fine. But don't expect me to invest in you when you don't want to invest in you. And that's what a lot of people do. It's like, hey, let's go to lunch. Hey, no, we need to do something. We need to make some stuff happen. And one of the beauties of having a lifestyle plan, I'm very blunt. I use profanity. I've been called unfucking professional, and I am unfucking professional. I have no desire to be fucking professional. I have a great desire to be me. And this is me. This is what you get. You meet me in the street. This is how I'm going to be. When business deals, I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to help you make more money. I'm going to help you have a better life. There's benefit because I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. Because if you're paying me, I'm going to tell you about yourself, and we're going to do the things to make your business good, which is another part. You need to have a business. You need to have a business. If you don't have a business, we are into business development planning, which takes hours. I cannot talk to you for 10 hours and get just a lunch. It's emotionally depleting because I want you to be successful. I'm rooting for you. I'm like, I got pom-poms. I'm cheering for you. And that's a long commitment. So with that, how do I get paid? Per hour, per project, if you have a project. And this is once again where you need to tell me what you're trying to do, because there are many people who's like, hey, I want to do this, and they'll give me what I call topical stuff, and only after the money's paid and the clock is really ticking that they start telling me the truth. They'll tell me what they think. It's like, well, hey, this is. I have had people that I didn't really find out the secret thing from them until the third conversation, because it's like this. It's like I put on my hat and I'm in the mind and I'm looking for stuff. Okay. Oh, you do this? Well, let's do this and this and this. I have to find this stuff out to help you, and many people are not used to being freaking honest with themselves. It's just like, well, I want honest with that. Everything else is just hooty-hoo. So that's part of the process. So you gotta know. So get paid per hour, per project. And if you have a real business with real books and numbers, that means you have your accounts already set up. Or if I have to do it, I'll do an equity split. So say I improve your business X amount, then I get X amount with a monthly retainer. Because there are many people who's like, hey, let's do the equity thing. Then I'll work for a whole month. And this happened. I actually did this for someone, worked for a whole month. And they didn't want to pay me, and it wasn't because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I did it too well. Because when her husband saw how much more money, he had a problem. He's like, well, was it really worth that? I mean, we'll just throw you maybe, this is what the guy said to me. He said, $800. It was a $20,000 differential. And he was like, well, yeah, that's worth about $800. And I just pulled up my contract and said, well, if I go to court, I'm going to get all 20. And then I got paid what they were supposed to pay me. So that whole thing is, and that's when, and once again, in my business, I have learned that I must set expectations. So if we do something equity, it's going to be a contract. You need to get an attorney. You need to look at this stuff, and it'll be a simple contract. But that's the deal. If you want to do equity, there will be some money up front, plus there'll be a monthly retainer, plus the equity per month. I go per month because when I was doing per quarter, that got a little dicey. So those are the three modes of how I get paid. Now, let's talk about life coaching. I get this all of the time. If you're on my email address, e-list, you see this. I'll send out something, and there's people who want life coaching, and they want to be guinea pigs and all this other stuff, but they don't want to pay for it. I don't have to give away stuff for free anymore. 2009, yes. 2010, a little bit. I don't have to do that anymore. And I'm not. So if you want those services, fine. So, all right, as I always do, because if you stayed here this long, you're really interested, and you're not fucking a pussy. Fucking doesn't really bother you. Actually, you're probably going to be fucking tonight because you're a winner. So this is the deal.